It's Friday, July 15th. And if I understand correctly, we're going to make a brief trip to Michigan. Is that the plan?
Yeah, about an hour and a half worth.
Okay. Okay. So that includes travel time.
Just got a comment about COVID. I belong to a community garden, and last Saturday they had their harvest meeting, and they have a 50-50 raffle. The person that was going around with the 50-50 raffle had COVID, so now everybody else that's been there has to get tested and do all that kind of stuff. By my choice, I declined to attend, but it's weird how people deal with it. I'm starting to wear the mask when I go into stores.
Yeah.
I think LA County, it's required now again.
Not in stores. Well, yeah.
It's indoors.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They make a decision in a week or two, I heard.
They raised the level, but they didn't dictate that they had to go, make it mandatory for in store, but they're advising it.
Hey, you got me thinking, well, I've been thinking too, same as you. I was very diligent about wearing my mask for a long time. And I normally have chronic bronchitis and flu, and I never had any during that time. So in spite of COVID, I think maybe when I'm around going someplace where there's people, I may start wearing a mask again. I've noticed a lot of people wearing masks lately.
The mask is the magic. That's the magic. The mask is the magic.
Better safe than sorry, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
A friend of mine who you've probably heard me mention, he's been to visited our class, Larry Butler, he's written several books and he's really into economics. So I said, is there any study on pricing and demand and shortages and stuff after a pandemic like the bubonic plague in the 16th century? Well, we haven't came to any, well, basically when we did research, even in the 16th century, there was a big problem with inflation, although they didn't measure it that way then, but it drove prices up because there weren't farmers to make food. Global trade was a lot bigger then than people realized. So there was a big problem with that. And then we were thinking of looking at the flu epidemic of 1918. Haven't done any research on that yet in those terms, but I think it's going to be more complicated because of its relationship and closeness to World War I. With Europe having about 50% of its population dying, who's going to bake the bread? Who's going to fix the shoes? So anyhow,
I think we dodged a bullet here. I don't know, it just there seemed to be a pandemic of the haves and the have-nots. I mean, if you were lucky enough to be in a position where your country could support you with vaccines, you did much better than the countries without them. But I don't know. I'm just going to keep wearing a mask.
And a hat. Okay. Well, we have Catherine joining us. Alan, hi, Captain Larry, Alan, Tom, and I see Linda is kind of with us in spirit.
Just in iPhone.
Okay.
And Kevin, thank you for your comment on one of my pictures. I appreciate it, Kevin.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I was there today and taking pictures, and I don't know how you did it, but couple of pictures that you posted were, I thought,
I'm doing great.
Really
Thanks
good.
for asking. Hope you're doing well too.
I'm not sure what somebody said, but it triggered my Google, what do you call that thing? Hey, Google, what's the temperature in Yorba Linda?
The temperature in Yorba Linda currently is 86 degrees. By the way, I can give you lots of information about your
Is that Alexa?
with more to try.
It's not that, it's a small round, I forget what they call it. I got it for free because of some other things I did. And I don't use it that much, but it is kind of handy if I'm sitting here and want to know the temperature or something weird that I don't want to bother going through to my computer for.
That also set off my Google when you said that.
Oh, really?
Back and forth. Yeah, I know how difficult it is, Steve, to pick up your phone and kind of tap the screen and look at what the weather app says the temperature is.
Yeah.
I know how hard that can be,
Yeah.
how time consuming that is.
It reminds me when I was growing up and I had to tread through 6 feet of shag carpet to change channels.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We're at 3:06. So I think I want to confirm with Doug. Did we agree we're only going to do quick tips on Wednesday, or we're doing them both?
No, my understanding is Wednesday only.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So then we have announcements from Catherine and Linda.
Nothing to announce.
I don't have anything to announce.
Okay, and then on our agenda, I hope everybody packed a lunch. Kevin's going to take us to Michigan. Yeah, okay, I've set up screen sharing for you, Kevin.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. So this is my trip to Michigan last month. We flew into Milwaukee. You can see it down on the left, and
Wow.
drove up to Copper Harbor, through Munising, Sheboygan, and ended up in Brighton at a wedding.
Oh, can you go back to that map, please? When I lived in Chicago, I can't count the number of times I would go camping in Door County and then off to these islands up here. My kids were young then, and we had so much fun, and it's so pretty.
That is a gorgeous spot.
Yeah.
Quintessential Midwest dairy farms. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful drive around there. Really enjoyed it. That was my first time there. I've been all around through Wisconsin, going up to school and stuff, but I never stopped in Door County before. Anyway, this was our first night in Door County. Beautiful sunset, and that's Lake Michigan.
Wow.
This is a fishing boat that they use, or kind of a one that's landlocked now, but they're completely covered, and it's because of the rough weather that they get. This was the hotel that I stayed in. Beautiful place. Every room looked out on the harbor there. And then we went to Copper Harbor, and this is what it looks like up there. Beautiful islands. This was sunrise. That's all there is to Copper Harbor. Is that one little wharf, and that boat on the left goes back and forth to the national park called Isle Royale. If you're looking for a wild place to go, that's it. Another view looking the other way.
Wild place, wild fun, wild nature.
Yes, yes.
All of the above.
All the above. The island, when I was there, they didn't have any mechanical equipment at all. And over the years, they've managed to put in a resort, which I'm kind of ticked off about. But anyway, this is on top of the Keweenaw Peninsula. It's called Brockway Mountain. When I was there, we used to go up and watch the hawks. You could watch them for miles. They would ride the thermals and just hang out. Oop, going the wrong way, sorry. This is an old house built out of logs and cement, I guess. Those aren't rocks, those are logs. And this is the world famous Yooper pasty. Absolutely delicious, world famous.
What exactly is it?
It's like a pie. It's made out of ground chuck, potatoes, carrots, celery, and rutabagas. And there's two camps to eating this. The camp that I am from eats it with gravy, and then there's only ketchup as a side thing. So it's either ketchup or gravy, and if you're gravy, you're no good, you know, to the ketchup eaters, and if you're ketchup, you're no good to the gravy eaters. So. And this is just a typical house up there. You can see the type of trees and swampy areas that are there, but that's just taken from the dirt road that we were on. And this is what we call the Yooper mailbox. Ah. That's the post office for the local area that up there, just a couple hundred mailboxes. You have to drive by there to get your mail. Oops, keep going backwards. And it's called copper country up there because back in the day, the copper mining industry was so huge that it was almost the capital of Michigan. But this is a piece of what's called float copper. It's just copper that's been eroded, you know, the base rock has been eroded away, and these things are left in the ground. And during the winter, they have such deep frost that it brings heavy things up. So these will show up occasionally on the surface of the ground.
History has shown that the Europeans, many, many hundreds of years ago, actually went into this area to mine the copper.
Yes, yes, that's true. Because you could get it right off the ground. You know, it's just scrape the earth and find it with whatever they used back then to divine the location of stuff. Anyway, we were at the beginning of the US 41. It goes all the way from Copper Harbor all the way down to Miami. Kind of the end of the road. And when I was in college there at Michigan Tech University, I studied forestry, and these are my favorite trees. They are virgin white pine trees, and this is called Estamont Pines State Park. It's one of only 2 or 3 areas in the world that has virgin white pines.
All the rest of the white pines aren't virgin?
Well, they're not. They're second growth. they cut down, the entire state of Michigan used to be covered in white pines. And as you drive around, you can see these huge stumps, but that area there was preserved. It, I guess, was too hard to timber back in the day. And this is the sunset over Copper Harbor. Oh, I keep going backwards, sorry. And this is looking the other way. That's the little hotel that or motel that we stayed in. That hasn't changed in I bet you 60 or 70 years. They may have added the sliding glass doors, but that's it. I got in the bathtub to take a shower and I couldn't turn around. And then they have beavers up there. Oddly enough, we didn't see very much wildlife. Kind of disappointed, but this was a tree that was taken down over this past winter by the beavers. It was right there at the hotel. And then this is a beaver dam that not near the hotel, but in a different place that we stopped at. And this is a snowfall thermometer that 390 inches occurred when I was there back in 78, 79.
Wow.
Was the record snowfall for the area. We were actually out over Memorial Day weekend doing snow dances at the bars, trying to get 400 inches, but we didn't do it. And somebody made this wonderful little drive-through statue park where I guess people from the local area could come in and do some welding, do metal work. And they made these statues. This was one of the better ones, one of the more unique ones. And then this was in Munising. This was the morning sunrise. And then as the morning got on, it fogged in on me. And I took this picture. And a half hour later, I took this picture. So the weather changes up there quite rapidly. Later on that day, a storm blew in and they had tornado watch for the whole Upper Peninsula, and I didn't get to go on a trip that I'd been planning. There's lots of waterfalls around the Upper Peninsula, and they're marked along the side of the roads. And this is what Lake Superior looks like. Gorgeous lake. Freshwater ocean. And this is Agate, one of, I say Agate Beach, it's one of many, many agate beaches that are on the shore there. And this is Lake Michigan again. Dropped down from Munising on our way to Sheboygan. And then we headed across the mighty Mackinac Bridge.
Wow.
Good shot.
Well, I keep going backwards, darn it. Different landscape and ocean than we have here. Just really nice. And then there's lighthouses all over the place. This is one of them. I like the contrast of that. Another old lighthouse.
That's gorgeous.
I was curious to know what people might pay to buy property up there. I was dumbfounded. Some land for sale not far from this place, right on the water, 10 acres, was over $400,000. A small little dinky house on it. Another lighthouse near the Mackinac Bridge. One more lighthouse. And when we were going through Esmont Pines, there was a couple of neat looking flowers. So I got this one. And the lush ferns, I like that pattern.
Yeah, good.
Was taking it, there was like a boardwalk through the forest. So I was raised up above, 2-3 feet off the ground there. Made a nice shot. And this is the reason I went to Michigan. That's my nephew, John, and his new wife, Katie. And that's the end.
Very good set of pictures.
Excellent.
Yes.
Nice.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Most of those lighthouses still operable?
Yes, I believe they are. Yes.
By the way, just farmland where I grew up is around $7,000 an acre. So that price for what you talk about Michigan is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it was 200 acres on the water?
10.
I'm sorry?
10 acres.
Was it 10 acres on the water?
Yes. It had a small house, 2-car garage, maybe 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square foot house.
That's not unusual for up there. My son and grandson live up in Wisconsin. And the lakes up in Wisconsin are $1 million homes there from people in Chicago that use them as summer places.
Oh, yeah. But when you get away from the water, the price drops about half. But still, I don't know. When I was in college up there, I bought a house. Everything, closing costs and everything, it didn't cost me $1,100. and I fixed it up and I sold it for $10,000.
Wow.
So
Kevin, is ice fishing big there in the winter on some of those smaller lakes?
Ice fishing is big. Snowmobiling has gotten to be very big. What do they call it? Mountain biking?
Yeah.
Is a huge activity. They've gone and spent a lot of money on putting trails in for those two activities. They have snowshoeing, cross-country skiing is very big there. So, and there's some downhill ski runs along there. But it's a gorgeous place. I really like it. I miss being there. Definitely full-on 4-season adventures there.
Well, that was beautiful.
Michigan?
I'm sorry?
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
There were several that were really good photographs.
Yeah. When did you leave Michigan?
I'm sorry, Ellen?
When did you leave Michigan?
I left Michigan in 1970 for the service, came back in 74 and left again for college, and then left again in 79.
Okay.
And have not been back other than to, you know, my parents and family lived in East Lansing around Michigan State. So I would go back to visit. I still go back to visit. I have a sister that lives near Grand Rapids. She has a gentleman's farm, and I go back there and go deer hunting.
Okay, are we going to review some of the postings?
Yes.
Hey, Steve, Barbara just sent me a text. So there's a message on there about Jesse on Facebook.
Yeah, why don't you read it? Or is it on?
I haven't
put it on Facebook?
Yeah, let's go to Facebook and check it.
Okay. Hang on.
Yeah, Barbara posted a picture. Actually put it down there twice.
Okay.
It actually ended up 4 times. I told her, so Steve said no, just wait.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be Saturday, August 20th. That's next weekend, right?
No, August.
Oh, August. Oh, I'm going to be in Canada then. I'm going to designate somebody to represent me.
Yeah, I'll probably try to go.
On Euclid in La Habra. Oh. All right, well, thanks for telling us that. And now we're on that page. So, by the way, as Barbara just found out, and as I said last Wednesday, when you post on Facebook lately, and Stephen Foreman had the same problem I had it, where you don't see your post right away. And then you get frustrated and repost. So I also found it helps up here on the top right where it says your profile to see all profiles. And I used to, you could just go hit this house and go to another profile. That's not working so good anymore. So I found that kind of works. Don't take that for, don't hold me responsible for what Mark is up to, but Mr. Zuckerberg, but that's my understanding at this point. Okay, and also when you post pictures, Facebook gives a one-by-one preview, and you have to click on the picture to see everything. Let's see if this is, well, let's go back here, pick an example. If I double click on this, oh, in this case, it's the same. Okay. Let's go back to, oh, this is, you must have just posted this, Kevin.
I did. I've got the bug from all you guys going to the VA gardens and taking such good pictures of the flowers. I had to do this. So I'm getting ready for my trip to Spain, and I put together my camera with 70 by 300 lens and a couple of extension tubes to see what kind of an effect I could get. Turned out pretty good.
Yes, it did. And you're right. It varies so much with the garden, both on whether it's a good time flower-wise and the lighting. I hit the jackpot, what, a week ago or so? Or was it, whatever. When I went to VA, I had a morning appointment. I went over there and the lighting was just perfect.
Well, that was Tuesday, wasn't it? Was it Tuesday?
Yeah, it was a Tuesday. You're right.
You picked a good background for this too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this is the composition, the color, everything is just, this is killer. This is artwork. And so is this. Is this using the telephoto then?
Yes, all these pictures here on this one are that I posted today have the same lens, 70 by 300, and then there's 2 extension tubes on there. So it's like a 1.5 and a 2. So.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I sometimes prefer to do my flower pictures with a telephoto versus a macro lens. Oh, another.
And this is the one that I know that was Larry's same plant there. They moved Robin's memorial from where it used to be. And I asked somebody there, I just commented, I said, you moved it. Oh, apparently the little ground squirrels or something were digging the plants out of the pots.
Oh.
So they moved it and they're not being touched anymore. So.
Wow.
Very interesting in royal purple.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. That is really magnified.
Who's our insecticide person? No, entomologist. But is that a hornet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it looks like.
Wasp or something.
Yeah, wasp, I think.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, this is good. Really good.
Is that mine there?
That's that's Larry's.
Larry's.
I could see Amy liked it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank her for her comment too.
And another teaser from Paul, trying to get us to go to Utah.
Yeah. I was just taking a picture showing you the new area that they're building a patio out there. And you can see on the right-hand side, the little bridge that goes over that little rock pond, rock stream to the right. But he's building it right now. So I'm sure you saw it. You can see the cabana to the left there.
And he was working up a sweat there today.
Yeah. So look for it when you get there next time.
I really like this one.
Very beautiful.
Really sharp focus and good color balance.
Thank you, Steve.
So what kind of a lens were you using for this?
Believe it or not, I was using my cell phone.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just from my cell phone. Same with that one.
Interesting background.
Yeah, I moved around, so I had that back wall behind it, then cropped it, so I cut out stuff on either side of it that wasn't part of that, whatever the background is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically just cropped another one.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
That one's just unusual. It's there. I think someone else, Doug, did you take a picture of that same flower when you were there?
Who are you asking?
Doug.
Was it Doug? Doug was there this morning. Did you see that one there? It's just unusual. It looked like a pumpkin that's been carved.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think this is the one I like the best.
Okay. Again, just moved around till I got a better background, a flatter.
Okay.
That makes all the difference.
Almost looks like an alien with this, the head, the arms.
Yeah.
Okay, Doug, tell us about this picture. What were you looking for here?
Well, I was looking at the contrast difference between the patterns of the brick and the sign up against the vegetation. Now, this is the entrance to Zion National Park on foot. It's right outside where the guest center is, visitor center is, and there's a little walkway across the Virgin River to get to this point. The time that we typically go there is November, and the leaves on the right-hand side of this image were just starting to turn. Probably in another week, they would have been a little closer to orange, which may have changed the contrast a little bit, but our weekly challenge this week is contrast, and that's why I chose this image, the contrast between the bricks and the natural vegetation around it.
Very good. Oh, John's not with us today. So what is this thing supposed to do when you pedal it? Anybody know?
I think it's just a leg exercise.
Yeah.
It may do something on the wall there with the drink or straw or whatever's in there, but maybe it generates power, electricity.
It could be. There's several other connections here with things turning.
Yeah, he mentioned that museum does encourage the visitors to get up and get into the art exhibits. I think that 6th Street Bridge is the one that just is opening after many, many years of being closed.
Yeah.
They had it open to people over the weekend.
Is that the one they replaced?
Yeah.
Somebody took a big chunk out of the moon here. Looks like a cookie that's been nibbled on.
It's the foothills coming up, the ridge line.
It was just the clouds. That shot was from Signal Hill a couple of years ago.
Okay. Very nice. I thought it was just this last week when they were talking about the big moon coming in.
This is a very good backlit shot, Catherine.
Thank you.
I think there's 2 in the same posting.
Yeah.
There's another one there.
Yeah, it's the same bird, just a different angle.
Yeah, this is the side lighting based on the shadow, basically lit from the side.
That's a black crowned night heron.
Okay.
I really like this.
Yeah.
That was from Idlewild. That was my picture there, but that's in downtown Idlewild.
It's all carved, eh?
Yeah.
This is from Amy, who's not with us. But I think she's trying, I'm going to speak for her and she can slap my hand later, but I think she's trying to show contrast.
Yeah.
And has framed the shot too.
I think I'd like to see this a little darker.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Yeah, I like how that came out.
Yeah, that was nice.
Think that's Amy's husband?
Well, I don't think so. He's lost a lot of weight. He is a big guy, but I don't think it's him. It does look similar.
Whoever it is, he's off the path. I'd throw him out.
And he's wearing a green hat. That just, that right there, just got to go. This is beautiful reflections.
Yeah. Nice.
And you got contrast between bleen and green, blue and green. Oh,
Okay.
like it looked like she
Before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the after. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks much better.
I think she commented that that was the difference between low contrast and high contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. I think this is such a cool picture.
Mustard plant.
Mm-hmm.
They're a pain in the ass in the state park, but
prime example of selective focus.
Yeah.
I just love looking at the little details that pop up hidden away from normal view.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, it looks like a rabbit.
Huh?
Like an animal in there.
Yeah, it's a little seedling of a plant growing up out of that hole.
Yeah, but it looks like an animal in the hole.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was camping.
That was last week, I think.
These are over different times, I think. I would guess she took this at a wedding when she was a wedding photographer.
But it looks like it.
This is from John. Good black and white, John.
Thank you. And then the original, which is the contrast, the bright yellow squash blossom.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the black and white. It cools it down. It gives it different temperature.
Yeah. You see more of the texture, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, you can all study this on your own.
Yeah, that's
the only thing that bothers
Wednesday's
me.
quick tip.
Easily flocks the system, but these all look like cats to me. Wow. If Tom, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you're right on the yellow dinghy. That just gives it a spot of color in the right place.
And,
wonder if there's any type of sail envy there. Little sail versus the big sail.
Oh.
Hmm.
It's a busy place.
That's beautiful.
This is a great
very nice
beach shot. Yeah, and Belmont Pier.
Well, it's a low contrast, so everything was just foggy.
Yeah. Dramatic.
The black and white is something.
And there's the color. I think in this case, the black and white for me works better.
It's more dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good picture, but this has the drama. Here, now it brings out these details more. Look at that in the center section.
Wow.
I think this is a great shot. good focusing, contrast,
yeah,
background.
In the lower third too.
Yeah, this is a killer photograph. Who took this? This was the day in the Tuesday in the Gardens. Yeah. Here, I don't do very many high key photos, and I thought, well, let me try it using this. I'm not sure I like it or not, but I tried it.
Might want to try that black and white.
I thought about it. Matter of fact, I clicked on the black and white, and I might play. I don't know. It for some reason something about the shape or look isn't intriguing me. So.
Okay.
You might try cropping it into that center section with the curvy lines.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, get rid maybe from. Yeah, with some cropping, maybe we can make it work.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I was watching out for all the hanging things.
Looks like a miniature temple.
A lot of cobwebs on it too.
Scott was around when I first got there, and I'm sure he was there. And then I was looking for him because I wanted to move this chicken so I could set up this picture, and I couldn't find him. So I went ahead and did it anyhow. And then I put the chicken back.
Did you check underneath for eggs?
No, I did not.
Okay.
And this one, I could have did it with the background, but I blacked out the background because I thought this just had such an interesting shape and coloration. I just wanted all the focus to be on this Cantadentophyus plant.
Yeah. Okay. It looks dark to me. If you lightened up the flower, I think it would stand out more. I don't know what you think.
Well, it seems to, it may vary by computers. Anybody else seeing that too dark on their screen?
I'm thinking it is a little too dark.
Yeah. Is it? Okay.
That's a cool looking birdhouse.
Yes.
Yeah. Too nice for my neighborhood.
This is still in the gardens. I really like this one. It's all basically all green, but you got a lot of green contrast. Different shades of green.
Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Andy.
Oh, this is a pretty interesting plant. I tried, I wanted to get a picture with the arches, kind of frame it that way. And I didn't want to be aiming towards the restroom, but from the other side, it just didn't line up right. So I went with this.
That's in the patient garden?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
I had a picture with a flower inside the arch there. It happened to be hanging into that area a few months back.
Cool.
Very nice.
This one is I really like the background here. Was this the same background you were using, Larry?
I think so. It kind of looks like it. It's hard to tell. It looks dark to me, so I'm looking on myself.
I blurred it out a lot, but I wanted to keep the pattern and shading. So
again, brighten up the flower on my the way I'm looking at it.
Okay.
You have a whole bush of those in the back there.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah. This wasn't in the garden, was it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. I have almost the same type of cacti, but it was in the Bolsa Chica wetland area.
Yeah, this is, if you walk around almost to the towers, they're all along the side of that building, and I'm using the building as the backdrop.
Okay, all right.
And then a very shallow depth of field. See, even this other is out of focus. I think I had my lens wide open and just focused on this.
Yeah, you captured that well too.
And has this, you say this has been moved now?
Yeah, it's about 10 feet to the left of where it used to be. I was talking to the caretaker, and she said the chipmunks or ground squirrels or something were pulling the plants out of those pots.
Okay. Well, anyhow, the lighting was such that I could get a picture of this without any glare on it. That's always been an issue in the past.
Yeah. Came out nice.
Nice color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that picture. Particularly the broken window.
The broken window and the one red flower there. Yeah. I made sure I got it in the frame. This is another one. I don't know what these plants are, but the massive leaves. And in this case,
I think they're bananas, aren't they?
Could be.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Right. Yeah, you could be.
In the garden, they're banana trees.
And this is, I just wanted the leaf, and then I intentionally bumped everything up to get a lot of detail. So you see these lines and patterns through there. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that. It looked like he had somebody just making circles with a light.
Yeah.
Wow.
It may have been on a string because it goes out quite a bit.
True. But it's a nice effect on it.
Yeah, it is. Now this one, again, on my screen looks too dark.
Yes.
Yeah, too dark on mine too.
Yeah, same here.
That's a cool shot though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You had to get down low.
Yeah, if this was a little bit brighter, this would really stand out. And I like having this beginner plan, like, for lack of anything else, on this side.
It's almost in the same focal plane, which kind of ties it into it even better.
Yeah. Oh,
this was back in the contrast, high and low contrast. There's another image to go with it.
Very nice.
Right.
That's the high contrast. That's the low contrast.
In this case, I think the low contrast is really nice. Maybe it's because of the background or the blending. It works really well.
Well, you see more of the dark spots on the other one, if I recall. Yeah, see more dark spots in there for contrast.
Uh-huh.
On that left side, and that's left side's not on the other one.
That's also backlighting versus just overcast lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Another contrast. This would be the high contrast side with a darker background. A little more shadow on the leaves.
And basically just to
be a different angle showing a little softer contrast.
It works.
That's how how it puts out new leaves. It comes up out of the center of the plant.
Wow.
Right.
It's a Jerusalem sage plant.
Having just two colors is really nice.
Thank you.
Yellow and green. Oh.
And that's a little bug hanging down in the spider web on the right side.
Got it.
Is this the same plant as the last photo?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
There's your bug.
Just a little different perspective and a little different light.
Yep, that's nice.
Mr. Foreman, wow.
Yeah, that was last Sunday. I was going back to the car, and that's the pond by the Hyatt, right down from the Hyatt hotel.
Nice job.
Great. You've got some really good ones here. I've already looked at them earlier, but yeah, this is beautiful.
And that's walking from the aquarium. The little path walks around the dock there.
Okay.
That's just another shot of it.
I think I like them both, but I usually like the more close up, but I like all the lines in this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the white in the sticks there. The off.
It complements the black and the darker branches.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I wanted to get the whole ladder. I mean, it's probably 4 stories, but there was too much traffic. I couldn't get step into the street to get it. So
it reminds me of New York. You either want to go back in the fire or you want to try your luck on the
fire. I think it works well with just the two.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks. And there was food trucks all up and down Shoreline, but I like that one. And then the little girl there looking at the sandwich.
The little girl makes the picture.
Yeah.
It's so how was cheesesteak?
Yeah. And showing the people, I mean, there is thousands of people that all over the place.
This picture tricked me. At first, I could only see one person in it. Then I realized there were more.
Yeah.
Nobody gets my joke, I guess.
Yeah, we do. Stefan, was that the 4th of July weekend?
No, that's last Sunday from later on the day from the Pride.
Oh, okay, the Pride Parade, okay.
Yeah, but that was like around 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I just wanted to get the stacks, basically. I don't want to, I figured I had enough shots of the whole Queen Mary's, but the smokestacks kind of stood out that day.
It's that tool of threes, subject threes.
Yeah.
I understand that they recently had to take the lifeboats off because they were not in good shape.
Yeah, they were trying to sell them and they didn't have any luck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they were trying to get rid of weight from the ship because it's crushing itself.
Yeah.
This is a shot I've never seen of the Queen Mary, and there's a lot to like here. I like where you chose to start the picture here at the bottom, the 3 stacks, the whatever
Goose dome
background dome.
Yeah,
it's very, very creative.
Thanks.
And then all the repeating patterns here.
Yeah.
When they originally brought the Queen Mary to Long Beach, they had to refurbish it, and they took these stacks off one by one, and they laid them down, and they just collapsed. So they did an analysis of it, and they said it consisted of rust and 650 coats of paint.
Wow. Wow. And this is the bridge that crosses over Shoreline. I like the lines.
Yeah.
Everything in it. So
repeating shapes, repeating patterns.
Yeah.
You were on a roll that day.
Yeah.
I was telling Steve that he really did great on his pictures.
And then this is,
go ahead.
I like the people in it, how the people slanted down from the tower. I don't know, it seemed to just fit somehow.
I had this picture reminds me, the style and the way you did it reminds me of a famous photographer from China, Francis Ho. And I posted a link to him as a famous photographer a few days ago. And this reminds me very much of one of the pictures that he took, and very similar style. I think this would also make a really good black and white.
I'll turn it around then.
That's over at Huntington Beach Park. That's by the library. And he was just sitting there. He's at least 50, 80 feet away from me and behind bushes and stuff. So it was really hard to get a clear shot of him. But he was just sitting on that branch for a long time. And when I finally started to fly away, all I got was the tip of a wing in the picture.
Nice lighting.
That is my wife's rose. She called it the Dolly Parton rose. She said it's one of the biggest roses you can buy on the market.
The wood background kind of gives it almost a westerny look.
Yeah, it's a fence behind it. And I had
There you go.
Okay, this is, I had this as a color picture, and then I thought, let me try playing around with this in black and white. And I call this a color of flower in black and white. And I really like it. I like the way it came out.
You're bringing out one of the big things about black and white photography is the contrast, the white whites and the dark blacks.
Yeah. There were a lot of steps and 3 programs I used to make this, to get it the way I wanted. Oh, this is cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, after I saw John's pictures, I kicked myself for not going down there that morning. I woke up and thought about it, and I thought, oh, a 45-minute drive, then I won't be able to park my car. And I talked myself out of it.
Yeah, I talked myself out of it too.
Yeah, definitely here too. When
That's
they
really
say I'm
cool.
a woman or I'm a something else, it just reminds me you can put a monkey tail on a person, it doesn't make them a monkey.
Okay.
Good framing around that lady there.
Yeah.
And the balloons and the bubbles.
Yeah, definitely a wig.
Very good shot.
Yeah, love that.
In action.
Yeah, the hands really bring that together.
Yeah. Here I was trying to show contrast with, basically it's all brown, but it still brings out a lot of contrast. This is a meerkat at the LA Zoo. Rainey's not with us. She does this every week. What do you call, I don't know what you call these things, but she does these jumping classes with these.
Wow.
Just
Catherine.
roses peeking through the fence and
Yeah.
Beautiful pinks.
Yeah. Another acrobatic team.
And I think that guy in the lower left does pull it together.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Forgot about this one.
Yeah, that's nice.
Really captured action.
This one's even better because it's more in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of injuries in the acrobatics like that.
Cherry pie.
Well, is this from Godfather?
No, yeah. This is the home that we're in. It's actually Hoyt Sherman, General Sherman's son, in Des Moines, Iowa, when I went back to the National Festival. And it's actually a color picture, but it just becomes a picture when you make it black and white. We're wearing black pants and black shirts for one of the numbers that we were singing in, and it just made it black and white. The color is okay.
Oh, this is a really killer black and white picture. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Worked out really well.
That's my cousin, Mike.
What kind of a festival was it?
That's the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival that Linda just went to a couple of weeks ago or a couple months ago.
Okay. Yeah.
That was in 2018, I think. And then the following year, we went to Kalamazoo.
Oh, fantastic. Wow.
Okay, I think one of the reasons I like black and white is because I'm tone deaf and I hear music in black and white. And I'd already done this in black and white, and because of the contrast thing, I went back to it and thought, how extreme can I make this? So.
A great picture.
Huh?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Great picture, really nice, good contrast. Yeah. A lot of detail.
And oh, it's too bad Barbara's not here. This is one of my favorite postings from her.
Yep. Very creative.
Yeah. I like the trees along the chrome there.
Yeah.
And this one too.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I actually, some people might say, why'd she cut it off here? I think it works better cut off because then you would get more distracting elements of the car structure.
Yeah, too many round parts of that subject.
Yeah.
I like the reflection of the other wheel of the car.
Yeah.
Low contrast, elephant seal up north of San Simeon. The next one will be a high contrast.
Yeah, this is the low contrast of the elephant
Yes.
seal. This is the high contrast.
Nope, not that one. Nope. There's the high contrast.
Yeah, little dispute.
Keeping the rules of threes.
Yeah. Although this one looks like he wasn't invited to the party, but. Beautiful from Kevin.
Beautiful.
An older one showing the contrast.
Sedona.
I think that's mine.
Yeah, it is.
I'm there for Andy.
This one came out really well.
Yeah, I think it's a ladybug on top with the bee there below it.
No, it's not ladybug. It's a harlequin bug.
Oh, okay. So
Same sort of general family. It is a bug rather than a beetle.
Oh, okay. So it's nice to see them both sharing the leaf, sharing the flower.
Very rare. You don't normally see that because the harlequin bug doesn't necessarily live on that plant.
Oh.
Very nice. Thank you.
I think, well, we're almost at 4:10. So I can quickly snap a couple here. Oh, here is, I was showing, I talked about the ISO settings on your camera, not to be so worried about them, especially with the newer sensors. So no animals were harmed in the making of this series, but this is ISO 64. Oh, well now we're, anyhow, I took it all the way up to 25,600. You can look for the post. Anyhow,
there's a great black and white.
Yeah, that's a picture I took in Brisbane, and this looks so much better than the color in this case. So, and here, this was part of the contrast challenge. Okay, here's ISO 8000. Here's 25,600 ISO.
Wow.
So, all right. Let's plan.
I have one announcement.
Yes.
Last Wednesday, we announced that Linda and Rainey were going to get an award. I'm going to post the link to that LA Veterans Advisory Commission that's going to give them the award, so people know what it's about. I'll post that after we get off of here on our Facebook page.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, have a really good weekend. It is Friday, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye.